Hey everyone, Andrew back again, and I'm wanting to wish everyone a belated Merry Christmas. I also want to give a massive thank you because I am almost at 3,000 subscribers, which is insane. My subscriber count has been growing pretty quickly over the past month or so, so I want to thank every new subscriber, and hopefully you're enjoying my content. And I will be uploading more regularly. That's one thing I want to continue to do next year is upload more videos. So yeah, hopefully I stick to that plan. But anyway, I'm wanting to show you guys what I got for Christmas. These are a mixture of gifts I received, and I also picked up a couple of gifts for myself, treated myself because why not. And I got an amazing Myers mask. I can now officially say I have my H1 Grail mask. So I will be showing that off towards the end of the video. But anyway, without further delay, let's get on to what I got for Christmas. So we're going to start with the movies first. Of course, I got movies. So I'm on a massive Star Wars kick at the moment, and really with the new movie and the whole Star Wars buzz that's going on at the moment, who isn't? So I've been wanting to pick up the original trilogy limited edition 2-disc DVDs for a while because I was wanting to own the original theatrical cuts for the original trilogy. They're rarer and they're certainly getting more expensive now, especially with the release of The Force Awakens. I got lucky. I picked up all three from the same seller for $15 each, which was an incredible steal, considering these are in excellent condition. They even come with the inserts, which is awesome. I've seen other listings where the three of them sell for $100, so I think I did pretty well. So we have the 2-disc limited edition of A New Hope, and I really like the artwork on these DVDs as well, so that's that. My favourite Star Wars movie, Return of the Jedi. And of course, The Empire Strikes Back. So really happy to own these particular releases of the Star Wars films. Alright, so let's get into some horror now. So I did an order with Amazon UK, and one of the items that I ordered was A Christmas Horror Story on DVD. Pretty cool slipcase and artwork on this one. Now I was really hyped for this, and I've got to say this was pretty disappointing. This is a Christmas themed horror anthology, and it's done pretty much identical to Trick or Treat. Basically they're interwoven stories, but I thought they did an absolutely atrocious job with the wraparound story and the interwoven story. The stories were just too random. They were too different, and they did not blend in well at all. My favourite story was probably the main one, which was the first one that kicked things off with the three teenagers going into the school to investigate a couple of murders. That was the best one. However, it wasn't really Christmas themed, so yeah. And I thought the twist ending with Santa at the end was stupid, which really let the movie down for me big time, because there he is there, and he was pretty much the best character in the movie. But yeah, this was really disappointing. I had high expectations for it, and it did not deliver. So yeah, that's really all I have to say on that. Shout out to Rossi Boy 19. We did a bit of a Christmas trade, and he sent me an 88 film slasher classics collection release of Splatter University. Really happy to own this one on Blu-ray. I've only seen this movie once before, and it was on a bootleg, so I'm pretty keen to check this one out again. I don't remember it too well, actually. It's been quite a while since I've seen it, but always happy to add another Blu-ray 80s slasher into the collection. So Ross, thanks for hooking me up with that. Next up, we have a local release of Deathgasm, and this was absolutely amazing. I highly recommend this movie, especially if you're a big fan of early splatter films from Peter Jackson like Dead Alive and Bad Taste. This is a New Zealand horror comedy splatter movie, and it centers around death metal and heavy metal, and it was really, really well done. The gore in this film is absolutely amazing. Really, really gory, and there were some pretty nice nods to Bad Taste in this movie. One of the characters was called Giles, and he was wearing a Bad Taste t-shirt. I absolutely loved it. But yeah, highly recommend Deathgasm, yet another excellent New Zealand horror comedy. They're really smashing it out of the park when it comes to horror comedies. So hopefully New Zealand, you've got a few more great ones up your sleeve for the next year or two. But yeah, Deathgasm, highly recommend it. It was amazing. I loved it. The next two releases I picked up, I've yet to check out. They're from a fairly new company here in Australia called Glass Doll Films, and they haven't really released a lot. But just in terms of overall packaging, I'm pretty impressed with both of the releases I picked up. So the first one we have here is Christmas Evil. I've seen this movie once before and I wasn't a massive fan of it. I haven't bothered watching it on Blu-ray as of yet. I was hoping to before Christmas, but I didn't have enough time. But I really like the artwork on this release, and it has a bunch of special features, and it even comes with a booklet, which is pretty awesome. I'll quickly show you the booklet. These releases remind me a lot of Arrow Video. So there's the disc art, which is pretty cool, and there's the booklet. So as I said, I haven't checked this one out on Blu-ray as of yet, so I can't really say too much about the picture quality, but from an overall packaging and presentation, this is a really nice release, so I will check it out at some point. Then the next one I picked up from the same people is Eaten Alive. I'm glad I held out, because I was actually going to order the Arrow Video Blu-ray, but I like to pick things up locally if I can, and the artwork on this is pretty cool. Now, believe it or not, I've never seen this film before, so yeah, I've heard a lot of mixed things on it. I've heard it's not that good, but I wanted to pick it up and check it out, and yeah, the cover art is pretty awesome. This one has a lot of special features, and like Christmas Evil, it also comes with a collector's booklet, which is pretty cool. Alright, next up we have a new slasher film from this year, Lost After Dark, and yeah, I've been pretty slack on this. Basically, it only came out a few weeks ago here in Australia, and I found out about this release a couple of months ago, so I didn't really bother importing the American Blu-ray. So I am pretty late to the party checking this movie out, but I've got to say I'm very, very impressed with this one. It was a great throwback 80s slasher movie without being too over the top with its 80s nods. I really enjoyed the characters in this one, and the one thing that really impressed me with this one was the stumbling for words here, but no, the thing that really impressed me was the order the characters got killed in. I wasn't really expecting the order that the characters died, so that was pretty cool, because normally in a slasher movie you can pick the victims pretty quickly and the order that they die in, it's pretty stock standard, but in this one there were some pretty nice twists, and I was definitely surprised with the finale on this one as well, because the person that I thought would survive to the end did not, so that was a pretty cool twist there. But yeah, this was pretty well done. If I had one complaint with this movie, it would be the killer. I didn't really think too much of him, to be honest, but other than that, this was a really, really good throwback modern slasher, and if you've yet to check it out, I highly recommend it. And continuing on with my Amazon UK orders, we have another Slasher Classics Collection Blu-ray, and this one's of Nightmares in a Damaged Brain, or also just known as Nightmares. I'm actually really happy that I ordered this Blu-ray when I did, because a couple of weeks after I'd ordered it and it had been shipped to me, this one got pulled off the shelves. I think there was some issues with the ratings of this movie. It didn't go through correctly or something like that. I'm not really entirely sure, but yeah, I'm not really too sure if this release is back on shelves yet and you can buy it or not. But all I will say is I'm glad that I ordered it when I did. So it's pretty cool that I own this film on Blu-ray. I do own the Code Red DVD, so I'm happy to upgrade it. This is a really good slasher movie, actually. I really like this one a lot. So yeah, glad to own this one on Blu-ray. Next one is another one that I've been really slack on picking up, but I finally upgraded my DVD of Bloody Birthday onto Blu-ray, and this is a really fun, cheesy killer kid slasher movie with absolutely awesome cover art. I love the cover art. But yeah, this movie's a lot of fun, so I'm glad to own it on Blu-ray finally. As I said, this has been out for years on Blu-ray, a couple of years I think, and I've only just got around to picking it up, and it looks like it's got a pretty good array of special features as well. So this is another 88 films release that I'm happy to finally own. And last for the movies, but certainly not least, of course I had to pick up this newly released lost slasher movie from the 80s, Blood Rage. Now, I was panicking a little bit because I ordered this from Amazon UK and I wasn't really too sure if I would receive the limited edition 3-disc set with the slipcase. Thankfully I did, because this one's limited to about 3,000 copies, I think. So yeah, I'm happy to own this particular version of the film, because I think the other edition that's available once this particular release runs out is just the 2-disc Blu-ray and DVD, but this one has a 3rd disc with a different cut of the movie, which is pretty cool. There's 3 different cuts of this movie. I've only watched one of them, and I've got to say this was an interesting slasher movie and an interesting release. It's definitely not one of my favourite 80s slasher movies. I'd never seen it before. And I was pretty excited when I heard it got released, because I'm always big into the obscure, unknown slasher movies getting Blu-ray releases. And I believe this is the first time this has had a disc-based release, actually. Blood Rage, yeah, I thought this was an average 80s slasher movie, to be honest. It wasn't one of the worst I've seen, but then it wasn't anywhere near one of the best I've seen. I did have my issues with it. I felt the mother in this movie was a little bit obnoxious, and I didn't really buy into the whole twin thing. That's all I'm going to say, because I don't want to spoil too much. But basically, you knew who the killer was at the beginning of the movie, and there was no real twists or turns with the killer, and the movie had a lot of slow, boring parts. I will say though, the kills and the gore effects in this movie were really, really good. And, you know, I could look past the annoyances I had with this movie just because the kills were pretty good. And there were some pretty inventive ones as well. But yeah, Blood Rage, I'm happy to own it, but I will say, and I'm kind of surprised when I say this, but this movie definitely did not deserve this good of a release that the Arrow video put into this movie, actually. Just being honest, you know, there's plenty of other movies that I'd love Arrow to release on Blu-ray. Cough, Slaughter High Cough, Arrow Video, you need to put Slaughter High on Blu-ray. But yeah, I think they went a little bit overboard on this release, but still it's cool to own a rare and obscure movie on Blu-ray as part of my slasher collection now. So that's Blood Rage. Nothing to write home about, but if you are a hardcore slasher fan, I definitely recommend it, and this release is really good. Okay, so those are the movies. Now let's move on to the other stuff. So back to some Star Wars stuff now. So I got a BB-8 plush, which I'm sure anyone who's seen The Force Awakens will know this is the new droid in that movie. And he's pretty kick-ass. I really liked him. So really nice plush, nice detail on it. So happy to add that into the collection. Then I also got a few books. So the first book, which is a brand new book, it's the Star Wars The Force Awakens, the Visual Dictionary. And this one basically just goes over all the characters and locations and vehicles and stuff like that from The Force Awakens. Yes, I have seen this movie. I saw it the second day that it got released, and it blew my mind. I absolutely love it. It was amazing. Sadly, I have not had time to go back to the theatre and watch it, but hopefully I get at least one more viewing at the cinema before it stops being shown. But absolutely amazing movie. Great return to Star Wars finally. And I just absolutely loved everything about this movie. Great new cast of characters in this one that seem to have really interesting storylines. Nice to have some returning faces from the original trilogy in the movie as well. Absolutely amazing. I loved it. If you're still yet to see it, what are you doing? You need to check it out now. I will go as far to say this is on par with Return of the Jedi as my favourite Star Wars movie now. I loved it that much. It was brilliant. So, yeah, that's all I really have to say on The Force Awakens. But really good book. So I definitely recommend picking this book up if you're a fan of the movie. Then this was a gift from my partner, which was really, really awesome. It's the Star Wars Essential Film Companion, episodes 1 to 6. And this actually came with 2 books. It came with the Star Wars 100 Scenes and the Character Encyclopedia. Really cool artwork with the Vader mask on the front, and then you have the artwork in the eyes, which is pretty cool. So on this side you have characters and stuff from the original trilogy, and then characters and stuff from the prequels, which is pretty cool. And there's the back of it there. It also comes with a fold-out poster, which is pretty cool. And these are what the books look like. So this is the Character Encyclopedia here. And this one is the 100 Scenes book, which is awesome as well. So yeah, really happy to add these to the collection. Apart from horror, I'm a massive sci-fi fan, and you know, every sci-fi fan loves Star Wars. So yeah. Alright, moving on to the last item for this Christmas haul video. And I bought this one myself. It was a treat to myself. And I now finally, officially, after many years of owning a few different H1 Myers masks, I now officially own my Grail mask. And there it is. It's a NAG 75K, which is absolutely awesome because it's the mask that I've been wanting for a while. All of this year, basically, I've been really wanting to pick up a Grail mask, and I've searched a few different options, and I've got to say the NAG 75K has impressed me the most, and yeah, I now finally own it. So I'm not really going to go too much into detail on the mask in this video, but as you can see, there it is. I will say I really like the paint job and the detail on the mask. You know, it's got a little bit of weathering, but it's also got that really white, pale look to it, which to me is what the H1 mask is all about. I'm not a massive fan of too much shadowing on the actual face of the H1 mask. I really like the hair colour, and the hair is really good on it. So I will be doing a separate overview on this video, on this mask within the next week or so, so stay on the lookout for that. But yeah, here it is, guys. Finally own my H1 Grail mask. Really happy to finally get this into the collection, and I got it for a really good deal from a local seller as well, so that was awesome. I did not have to import it from America and pay American dollars for it, so that was really good as well. Anyway guys, that pretty much does it for this video. So I hope you've enjoyed my Christmas haul. Let me know what you think of all the stuff that I have received in the comment section below, and also let me know what you guys got for Christmas as well, if you guys got a bunch of cool stuff. So yeah, that does it for this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you later.